Saturday, 2 p.m, 17th of June 17. I'm outside the Coliseum to describe the events of a week last Monday, the 5th of June, at around 7 p.m. It was the first performance of Bat Out of Hell, one of the musical shows that the Coliseum puts in to balance its books, I think, during the year. A few weeks before that I'd seen Carousel with Alfie Boe and Catherine Jenkins and had no problem getting in. However, since then there's been one or two security scares, and so when we had the bag check I was not at all surprised. However, I was told that I would not be allowed to take my water bottle in. Now, I've come down from Nottingham to London especially to see Bat Out of Hell. This was 7 p.m. and I'm refusing to buy anything else outside. I've got the materials at home, mix up the water, lemon juice, and I need to last until 6 o'clock the next morning, 11 hours. But I was not allowed in with my water bottle, and on discussing the matter rather loudly I was given a warning. If it carried on like that, then I would not be allowed in. So I forfeited the water bottle. I saw where it landed on the floor against the bin that was being used as the receptacle for the depositing of people's bottles. Now for the next stage, the lady, I think of Eastern Europe origin, but I'm not sure about that, age between say 25 to 50, said, "I've got to look in there." Now that was an item in my bag that I used to keep things cold in. It's slightly insulated, small bag. It had yoghurt, borrowed chocolate, Kitkat and an apple in there, which is what I usually have to last me for the rest of the day. A surprise, surprise, or was it? Looking in there, she said, "No, you can't take any of those in." Well, further argument, so the ban. I was banned from the London Coliseum. So what to do? Well, the first thing was not to waste my ticket, so I waved into around anybody want a free ticket, but inevitably anybody around had already got a ticket and was going into the theatre, hopefully, after the bag check. So I thought, let's try another door. Now, at the next door, the other side of pillar, was a young gentleman and a young lady. And they were much more helpful, much more amenable. I still didn't get in, but I discussed it with them and I said there must be some way around this, having been banned already. So the gentleman called the supervisor, and the supervisor had a fair compromise that enabled me to go in. She would escort me to the cloakroom with my bag, where I would deposit my bag, and then I was free to go to my seat. I couldn't take my chocolate into the auditorium though. Very strange. So that's what happened. Now I discussed the situation with the cloakroom attendant, and it seemed to me that there was a possible reason for this. The clientele for Bat Out of Hell is rather different from the clientele for the usual shows that the London Coliseum puts on. I think for plebs like me, they probably thought I was ready to have a big rave up, vandalise the place, throw chocolate, drink all over the place. So it had to be removed or I couldn't take it in. There's the other possibility, of course, is that by taking everything off, they were able, hopefully, to sell their overpriced items. But that won't work. I'd do without rather than pay that. The ticket, by the way, cost £17.50. The theatre has good viewing from whichever area you are, and this was not quite right at the back, but on the top deck, and it was a good view and excellent sound quality as well, I must say, although a little too loud near the beginning. There was one point though, when I was banned, I asked for my bottle back, because if I was banned there was no need to take the bottle off me. But no, even though I could see it on the floor, I wasn't allowed to have that. I reached for it but was gently pushed back. That was the first lady. After the show, when I got home, I followed up the situation with a couple of tweets but got no response. I then tweeted again and I did get a response asking for my email address, and the follow-up to that is that I received an email which stated that matters were being investigated to some extent, I think, and that they changed their terms and conditions on the website. I looked at those, and the only one related to bag searches is section 16.1 at that stage. That's to do with security issues, and I can't see that a bar of chocolate is a security issue. So that's the situation, told to the best of my knowledge, all true. I can tell you one thing, I'll never be going to the London Coliseum again. They should never treat any member of the potential audience in that way.